Are resellers killing the game?
How's it going, everybody? Thank you for stopping by the channel. My name is Noah, and today we're gonna be doing the first official episode of Sneak Speak, where we ask the important questions in the sneaker community. You guys ready? Let's go! So, are resellers killing the game? I asked this question in the Facebook groups as well as my Instagram. I also asked them what are their thoughts about sneaker resellers. I'd like to thank everybody who submitted their comments, their insights, and their opinions. Now, a lot of people submitted their answers, but I saw some similarities. As I read through all the comments, I categorized them into 3 groups on how they view resellers. We have the anti-reseller, we have the pro-reseller, and we have that small gray area where they're okay with resellers but up to a certain extent. Now, the anti-resellers absolutely hate people who are reselling.
Stupid resellers, I wanted that shoe for retail.
And we have the pro-reseller group who put the resellers up too much in the pedestal. They go as far as saying that the reason we have hype is because of resellers, which is a totally incorrect statement, and we'll get to that later. And we have that small gray area people where their opinions are a mix of both, where they're okay with resellers but not okay with resellers abusing the market. And by abusing the market, I mean hiking up their prices, which is entirely not the reseller's fault, but again, we'll get to that later. First, I want to tackle the common misconceptions people have on resellers. First common misconception is resellers are greedy.
Yeah, they drive up the prices way too high and they want to monopolize all the stocks.
Well, in actuality, prices are dictated by the consumer, not the resellers. A good example of this is StockX. Prices are dictated on how much the buyer is willing to pay. That's why they have the ask and bid system. For example, I got this triple black Stan Smith. It's brand new. It's a size 10.5, and I'm gonna sell it for 20,000 pesos. Are any of you willing to buy it for me for that price? Of course not. Who's gonna pay 20,000 for some Stan Smiths? Unless they're Raf Simons Stan Smiths. No, but these are just regular Stan Smiths. So nobody buys them at 20,000. How about 10,000?
Man, tripping, I ain't paying 10,000 for no Stan Smiths.
Alright, how about 5,000?
Maybe.
Alright, I'm gonna sell it for 3,000 pesos.
Alright, I'll take it.
People tend to forget that the resale value is not dictated by just one person or just StockX. It's actually dictated by the consumer's willingness to pay for a product. No matter how much the price of the shoe is, if the consumer is not willing to pay for it, then that's not its real resale value, is it? But again, remember, this is not dictated by one person. It's dictated by the community as a whole. Because one person might pay 3,000 for this, but another person might pay 5,000 and another person might pay 1,000. So I think a more correct statement is resale value is dictated by the average price the consumers are willing to pay. I hope I'm making myself clear. Next misconception. Resellers overprice for a shoe.
Why would I pay 20,000 for this when the retail is only 13,000?
It's basic supply and demand. High demand, low supply, high resale value. Low demand, high supply, low resale value. Again, the price is dictated by the demand of the consumer for this limited shoe.
But why can't they just sell it for retail?
So in truth, this goes beyond simple supply and demand. There's also a factor of service. Resellers are not just selling you a product, they're actually offering you a service. How? They're actually the ones who spend time and resources on researching how to get a certain shoe. Let me give you an example. The Yeezy Boost 350 V2 Earth is a US exclusive shoe, right? So how did resellers in the Philippines get their hands on it? Well, there's many factors. They could have been in the States when the drop happened. They can have a relative who's there who sent the pair over. But most probably and most likely, the reseller bought this shoe in the States, had it shipped to the Philippines using a shipping service, which again takes time and money. So not only are they paying for the shoes retail? They're paying for the tax, the conversion rate, and the shipping. And this doesn't just apply to region exclusive shoes, but they also apply to locally released shoes. Of course, that's just one example on how to account the service they actually did to get you the shoe. So limited sneakers are not hiked up in price just because of simple supply and demand, but also you have to take account the service that went into attaining the shoes.
Bots, backdoors, and proxies are cancer.
Alright, let's tackle those one by one. Proxies. These are when people are paid to stand online or paid to enter a raffle, etc. etc. Keyword paid. They expended resources for them to increase their chance on copying a sure pair. This is easily resolved by waking up earlier than the proxies or paying a proxy for yourself. Backdoor. Now, backdooring isn't as simple as an employee or the store itself giving me access to retail pairs without having to line up or joining raffles. Backdooring is only possible through networking and through proper connections. Now, this is done through talking to the right people and making a name for yourself.
Okay, but bots are still cancer.
Listen, bots are pretty expensive. Most of them go up to $500 or 25,000 pesos. And they're limited. There's actually a resale market for bots. And these things take time to learn. You have to be at least decently computer literate to operate one of these things. And you need a good machine to run the program. So by botting, you're already spending $500+ on the program. Plus, you're paying for proxy servers and all that other stuff. And you have to study up on your computer literacy. And you have to spend good money on a computer just to run these programs. And after all that, botters are still not guaranteed a pair. It's not as easy as people think. It's not just one push of a button and suddenly you're copying all these shoes. No, you actually have to research about this stuff and to expend resources just to make it work. That's why I don't usually throw shade on botters, because they actually put more time and effort than any of the people complaining are. Again, these things are trivial but can be easily solved by not being lazy. You know, you have to better yourself, you have to adapt. Not everything's gonna be handed to you in a silver platter. Another misconception is that it's the manufacturer's fault for actually making limited pairs. Alright, limited shoes are what makes the brand relevant and trending. It's what keeps them talked about, as to keep the interest on them. Let's face it, consumers easily lose interest as soon as something gets oversaturated. For example, the NMDs. Who's actually buying NMDs now this 2020? Without resellers, there's no hype. Incorrect! Resellers actually depend on hype. Without hype, resellers can't sell the shoe. So how are they the ones dictating what is hype? That's an interesting topic. What drives hype? Leave your answers in the comment section down below and we'll make that into the second episode of Sneak Speak. Sounds good? Resellers ruined the culture, community, not the game. They didn't really ruin the community per se, more like they changed the culture as a whole on how people view sneakers now. If anything, I think they actually made the community better. Why, you may ask? They actually made shoes that are hard to obtain, like region exclusives, more available to us. Not only more available, more accessible, which I think helps a lot of sneakerheads in the community. Now there's this one disgusting comment that I read saying that let's not buy from the resellers so they can't sell anything. So you're actually wishing misfortune on someone's business that could possibly putting food on their table for your own warped up sense of priority. Is that correct? Come on, who's the cancer here? Now, there's also the issue of resellers undercutting other resellers just to make a profit, which is really not good for the overall impact it has to the secondary market. There's also the issue of, looking for profitable pairs, no reply means no. Personally, I don't care, but at least be courteous enough to reply to a person when they make you an offer. Like I said, guys, if you're a seller, don't be a dick. If you're a buyer, don't be a dick. Oh yeah, shout out to this one guy who said that resellers are like the modern day merchants from the Ming Dynasty, where they sell the spices they grow in their backyard to other places. I think that's a really good analogy of what the resellers are doing right now. I don't know, I just thought it was cool. So I'm gonna be featuring the answers that I actually liked in the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. And for the next hot take for Sneak Peek episode 2, what drives hype? Also, let me know if I swayed you guys, clear up some common misconception on resellers, Or did I just make you angry or whatever? Hey man, you can't please everybody, right? That's gonna be it for this video, guys. Make sure you smash that like button, share this video, and subscribe to my channel. And hit that notification bell on so you would know when I drop another video. And follow me on Instagram at Noah Has a Big Arc, where I post the latest sneaker news, sneaker releases, sneaker restocks. Like some of my pictures to make me feel special and to cure my depression. And as always, I'll catch you in the next episode.